start record this one for my YouTube channel. All right, so yeah, so today what I wanted to do separately is for AMC. As you know, I track both AMC and GME, and last Friday AMC popped up to almost, I think, 7 or 8%. And then as I if you guys seen my last video, and I can also pull this one out for my last live stream. This was actually, I talked about this on last stream on September 16. When you take a look on AMC, so I mentioned about this triple top, right? And then we need to see we need to push the price, break it above this level, which what happened last Friday, and it was very rapid. It's not like just kind of like go up and down, like making a higher low. It was just like pop, right? So AMC is definitely a stock that it just shoot up, just 1 or 2 days, just shoot up like crazy amount, right? So I think AMC is going to move similar to GameStop. As you can see, it's very similar setup. I think that's kind of what we are doing. So I think GameStop will pop. I still expect GameStop pop early this week, up to $27.50 or $28 level, and then we'll have a pullback. I think, in my opinion, not financial advice, but this is some sort of a thing that I was kind of watching for. And then someone also said, mentioned this on AMC. This guy is, I think, where is it? Did I save it? This one? Maybe I forgot to save this one. But yes, I do like what he's seeing. I think I replied to him on this one. Yes, so this is so he sees same thing. He sees same thing as I do. I'm gonna just save this one as a future reference just in case. But yeah, so like he said, he doesn't have like the lines and crayons and all those kind of stuff to make it easier to see. But yeah, he's seeing that 2021 setup is before Squeze compared to today's setup here. So he does catch nicely. And I actually replied to him, and this is exactly what I'm seeing, and he said we are good. So that's something I want to talk about today. So this is back in 2020, right? Triple top, right? 1, 2, 3, all right? Come to the end, right? And then what happened? There was a short squeeze. That was a 2021 January type of squeeze. We saw a similar thing here, 1, 2, 3, right? At the end. I don't know if he count this one as well, but so today I'm going to explain exactly what I'm seeing here, and then what we're going to expect in the next couple months from the date that I'm streaming here on September 21st. So let's get into it. So I'm just going to maximize this one. All right, so I don't know if I should go all the way back here to explain all this, but yeah, maybe it's better, so I'll just start anyway, because I think it's better to show a bigger picture instead of talking about like just one just talking about specific area, because I think there are people that might be holding this for a long time, since 2021 or something like that, or there probably have been people who are interested in the stock, right? Because they think that it's like down a lot, right, compared to 2021. So there might be a newcomers, right? So just to kind of help everybody. And there might be people who don't do TA, so just kind of help people understand the cycle in general, right? I'll probably just start with just really quick. I'm not gonna go too crazy, but there's always a cycle, right? There's a bear cycle. This red box is bear cycle, downside. There's accumulation phase, right? There's which the stock goes up and down. It doesn't really move much, just goes sideways. And then there's also bull cycle, which is like stock just explode, right? And we had a huge bear cycle here compared to this one. But when you take a look at this, I want to show you something very interesting. Everything seems to run like how computer runs. It's algorithmic trading, right? So if I copy this exactly same how the bear cycle fractal pattern was, and then if you apply exactly here, surprisingly it match, right? You get it? Surprisingly match. So this whole red box was here. All right, and let's move on to this the next part. So there's accumulation phase. Accumulation phase, like I said, it's just really nothing going on. It's just sideways, go up and down, right? From this COVID era event, from all the way to the, let's drag it all the way to 2021 January. So let's say this, we saw the May run, right? Sorry, May pop, right? May squeeze, when the Roaring Kitty came back, and then when GameStop squeeze, also AMC squeeze. But this was the part of the cycle, in my opinion, and I'm gonna show you in more detail. So when you see, this is the after COVID, right? So after COVID hit an all-time low, 2021 April, March, and then it popped, right? Same thing happened here. So this whole bear cycle one ended here, right? Whole bear cycle ended. It's the same fractal here. You know what I mean? The cycle ended, but what? Accumulation phase. So they drag it out, right? So based on this fractal, which I grab it from here, and I just stretch it out, right? Because the algo is very slow compared to 2021, because the Fed prints a lot of money. They move the market really fast. Now it's opposite. They don't have money. So it's slow. So the algo is very slow. Speed, right? I'm talking about the speed. So now this algo fractal, when you take a look, is supposed to go up, right? That's when Roaring Kitty tweet, and it pushes a stock up. What happened? It come back down, which will happen, and then go up a little bit. And then what happened after that? December 5th, on my birthday, they did a share offering. So they pushed the stock down, which also matched the same algo, right? They did also a share offering here as well. So it's just kind of they're just making a pattern, right? And what happened after that? This is a January squeeze, right? What happened after that? In 2021, before heading into 2021 January squeeze, they create a pattern like this. Okay, go up, down 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and hit the bottom again, and then boom. Okay, this is a pattern that they made back in 2021. Do you see the same similarity here? So now I'm gonna show you comparison between now and back in 2020 December and November, December, between this thing. So I'm gonna show you a little bit more closely, and if you guys have any questions, anything that you guys just drop the comment down below. I'm just gonna keep it short anyway. So yes, so this is exactly where we at. So this is on the right side is 2020 March dump, and then pushes up stock up, which is exactly what happened here back in 2024 when May. That's when Roaring Kitty came back, bring the stock up, fill the gap up to $12, and then rather than going up and down like this, AMC just go up, like just squeeze, right, like this, boom, so it's just more explosive, much more faster, and they complete the algo here. So as you can see, back in 2020 November 9th, they did a share offering, bring the stock down, go up again, bring the stock down, go up again, and December 11th they did a share offering, and boom, that was the last bottom, right? And since then, the stock, now you gotta watch out for how stock moves here. So this is something that I want to talk about. Stock doesn't just squeeze, like I don't think the stock will squeeze like 2024. It's a different type of squeeze. It's now we are entering 2021 January squeeze type of cycle. So the squeeze that you saw is different. The squeeze that you saw last year is going to be different than the squeeze that you're gonna see in November this year, and I'm gonna explain why. And of course, none of this is financial advice. So after it makes triple top, right? Boom, 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 hit the bottom. They slowly making staircases. Okay, so this is what happened, right? Bear cycle ended. Boom, come down. Boom, share offering, and make the stock pull back one more time. Go up and down 3 times. Exactly match the fractals, right? And now the Friday, AMC suddenly popped, which perfectly line up with a fractal that I'm tracking. So I was very surprised to see it, and I was happy to see it, and I was very surprised to see it. Now they're showing the signal. Okay, there's some AMC shareholders reach out to me asking like, when do I think it's gonna go up? When do I think it's gonna go up? I told them it's gonna go up end of this year, and I call it U-November. I always say U-November, and people getting start to getting sick of it, because they want to see the squeeze earlier than November. But sometimes truth hurts. Okay, but when it comes to U-November, you're gonna like it. So let's take a look at this. So let's take a look at how things moves here, right? So I don't know if you can see it, but you hit the bottom here, start to making higher low, right? Hit the bottom, higher low, and boom, right? Making higher low, same thing here, like that, very slowly but very steady, making higher low, and then boom, it shoot up, right? But at that time, it slowly it was very steady like that, right? But this time, it just shot up like this, right? However, it hit the certain price range here, right? So AMC, I do expect to go up a little bit higher this week, up to $3.08, and then I do expect a pullback like this, because that will form a perfect triangle formation. Okay, and what's going to happen after this is I personally don't know. I still gotta watch out how much they're gonna pull this back. Okay, but I'm expecting a pullback until GameStop the warrant dividend, right? GameStop I think announced a warrant dividend for a specific reason, and I don't think they just announce it for the sake of just announcing it. I know when Ryan Quinn announced his first stake in GameStop in 2020, I look at the chart, and it was the same. It's not the same, but it was the setup where like it's about to break out for a bull run, right? And that's when RC announced his first stake. So I know who he is, right? Based on what I'm seeing, I know Ryan Quinn is not gonna just be like, okay, I'm just gonna drop any date. I'm gonna announce here whenever I want. It's not like that. He follow technical. Okay. He wait for the timing, right? And in the right timing, he just not do announcement. So I think we're gonna move a little bit higher, and then we're gonna have a pullback before GameStop warrants dividend. So I'm expecting a pullback next week. Okay. And then from October 7th, around that time, or October 8th or 9th, 7th to 9th area range, I'm expecting a big move here. Okay, and that's when I'm expected to see the second staircases. Okay, up to this level before October OPEX. Because when you think about this, back in 2024 last year, Roaring Kitty tweets and all that stuff, and then it ended on that OPEC weeks, right? The big option chain week, right? The middle of the month. And I think that might be it, right? We got the FOMC meeting. AMC blew up on that final OPEX date. That was expiration date, right? Last Friday was a big OPEX expiration day, so they just shot up like that. So I do expect a big move, another move here on October OPEX week. So and then people might wonder, okay? People might wonder, like back in 2021, Squeeze happened on January, so I mean squeeze happened within like like a month, or within a month, or right, in January, right? So people might be wondering about that, right? Well, why do I think 1 second. So people might wonder, why do I think AMC will squeeze in November, right? Like instead of like now, you know what I mean? But like I said, like back in 2021, back in 2020, the Fed prints a lot of money, right? There's so much money flows in the market, into the market. So the algo, like the algo that create these fractals every day was so fast, right? But now it's opposite, right? Now economy is bad, they don't print money, like it's different market now. So we have to adapt into the market. So therefore the algo will adapt to the market, right? Current market condition. And now there's not much liquidity, so they have to kind of adapt into that as well. So that's why we enter squeeze, but it's taking a little longer, right? Hope you kind of understand what I mean. So in that case, what can we expect from here? I do expect we're gonna see we just enter 2021 January 11th. I'll say that in this area. Okay, we just entered this area. It confirmed, right? Because it broke out, right? So I mentioned about we are here. Now it broke out on Friday, so we're like somewhere here or something, you know what I mean? Like January 12 or something, January 11, 12, something like that. So we're still very early. And then when you take a look at option chain, the option chain is getting stacked up, right? When you took a look at AMC option chain, the options are stacking up, especially in 2026 January call options. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Okay? Somebody knows what's going on. And then if you buy this now, I mean, I personally will wait until this pullback, because they're gonna pull back, right, before this run. So I think there's gonna be a pullback for about if we pop up to the $3 level again, 313 or whatever, there's gonna be a possible 5 to 6% pullback, and I'll probably wait there, and I'll probably get in around that time. Once I see this confirmation that they're gonna follow exactly the same pattern, it's still not too late to buy there, right? Wait for the pullback, wait for that, I think, the algo to kind of complete before the next leg up, right? So I think I can always wait for the opportunity to get in here once they finish this triangle shape here, like the first staircases. And I think it's better to buy call options. I mean, 5%, like almost 6% is up, and January call options already went up 50%. That's pretty insane. But it is gonna come down. If it come down, this price will come down as well. So you're buying in a cheaper deal. So based on this chart, based on the size, that I'm seeing here, AMC is expect to hit about to $20 level, and people will be like, how that's possible, because it has been suppressed so much. And also when you take a look at what happened 2021 January, from the bottom to the top, it almost went up to a 900%. Therefore, why not this time? Because this has been suppressed, and from the bottom to the top, this already that's only 800, 600%, 500%, something like that. It's not a lot. So I'm expecting a big push. And then if you were to have options, if you have options that, let's say, go up 5-6% in one day, your option goes up to 50%. Imagine this goes up to 500%. How much option will that be, right? Think about that. So but you also have to be careful, because AMC has such a volatility. It could go up to let's say one day up to fucking 100% upside, especially this phase. 1 or 2 days it can just push fucking 200-300% like this. I've seen it. I remember seeing this one. And then and suddenly it can push down another 70%. So if you play call options, you got to be extremely careful, and you have to be extremely fast to make the decision when to sell, when to buy, and stuff like that. And because I know now that how things will move, and of course the timing is difficult to track, but I do expect it will hit before January call option, January 2026 next year. I do expect we're gonna see a new November squeeze, like I mentioned, always November, and I don't think that's a joke, right? There's a reason why I'm seeing that, right? Because I'm seeing this thing in November. And if they want to delay it, they can always delay into December. But I don't think they're gonna. It's gonna pass January, okay, for the first squeeze, because, yeah. But let's see, right? You never know. But that's just kind of what I'm seeing here, based on the speed. And let's take a look at quickly RSI and MACD, just to check kind of where we at. So we finished this kind of like 3 triple top here. So I already covered this one. So I don't know if I should talk about this again, but yeah, you could see here, right? This is 2020 triple top, before the squeeze event, January, right? Go up and down, 3 times, come all the way down here. Same thing when you take a look at RSI on the left side, go up and down 3 times, and then it pushes up here, right? So go hit. So how do you want to look at this? Is well, let me try to find a way to show you an easier way. So let's say this go up and down 3 times, right? Go up and down 3 times, hit the bottom, and then it just go up, right? Which means that the level is now here at 54 level. This is 54 is about here. So 54 is about here, and this pushes up all the way to 68, 69. This is only go up to 68, 69. So we are very getting close, but yeah, there might be one more pullback, slight pullback, like maybe this one, if I just be more precise. AMC could have let me see. Yeah, like how you see there's a staircases, but it continue to push up and suddenly like push back down. So we might see a pattern where, like, you see how this thing go up and down like this in RSI, right? It hit the bottom and go up, go down, go up, and now it's here, right? We might see a pullback like this, and we could see a push up one more time, and then suddenly like it'll come down like this. I need to see all this thing. I need to see all this thing played out, okay, until before October 6th, October 7th. Once this is complete, I enter call options. That's how I realize. Like, you can buy any time, but there's always like options is so like very the timing of buying option is, I found, is very difficult to time. But if you kind of have a certain fractals that you trust and you believe that if and you're trying looking for the cheaper price, and I mean that is obviously very difficult to see it. But if this is the way that the market maker wanted to run, because the fact is they're already running a same fractals pretty much like 2020, right? Creating a triple top. It hit everything, basically, all the landmarks. So if I were to see this thing were to move same as 2021 January, then I expect to see a pullback, like go up a little bit and pull back like that. And once that is complete, that's just my confirmation that okay, AMC will go up after GameStop warrant dividend, right? Warrant dividend, right, issued, which is October after past October 7th. And I think the setup is clearly there. And I think GameStop, Ryan Quinn clearly understands the cycle, and then he wants to maybe kick this off, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here. When you look at MACD, let me just close that RSI. MACD line cross here. This one is 2 hour, by the way. Which one? I don't know which one is easier to show you, but yeah, it's it already crossed the middle line, which also what they did it here as well. And I think they'll have to push one more time. I don't think I mean it could come down and push up again, right? Something like that. We're gonna see a little bit pullback and then go up, and then after that sharper pullback. But it will continue to make this higher low, and then after the GameStop warrants dividend comes out, and then everything shoot up, right? And then it goes up to a $4 level, and then maybe goes goes to sideways, right? Go sideways a little bit, and then pushes up one more time towards November. And there's also a November earning, and I was wondering like if they want to run this thing before next earning, like in November, for AMC, or do they want to use that earning to create a short squeeze, right? To kind of help the squeeze. And I think I still gotta monitor the speed of algo, but based on the speed I have I track here, it's possible that they could use the next earning as a catalyst to squeeze this thing, and then send this to up to $20 level. That doesn't mean that you should buy maybe I should buy $20 call options, which is very risky. So I mean, if you were to buy call options, I mean, you should maybe buy a little bit lower. Maybe like I think $10 is good. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, out the money is always it's very risky, but at the same time, if it hits, you make shitload of money, right? So that's just fun thing about call options. And I want to show you a gap here. So gap is actually opened up here, and I don't know why it's not showing up today. It's just been glitching every time here. There you go. Now you see okay, gap there. Sometimes it just doesn't show. I gotta reset the whole thing. So now as you can see, AMC had this open gap as they are coming down, right? After this ape conversion, all this kind of fucking nonsense. But it was truly a final bear cycle, and that was their last attempt or whatever they want to shake people off, taking this very long time. But as TA people understand that AMC hasn't done yet, as long as GameStop is strong, because they're all wrapped up in a cash shit and dog shit with a basket stock. And then as long as AMC is not going to a bankrupt, and they stay afloat, and keep the company running, and have a stock still trade above $1, not going into OTC, this thing is going to fucking squeeze with GameStop. I know that fact. We saw it. We knew it. We got all the evidence from 2021 to last year May. So we got all the evidence. Now this thing start to popping up, following GameStop and GameStop warrants, all the events, and I do expect a final short squeeze. Not final short squeeze, but the January short squeeze will happen around that time. Hit this gap here at $19 gap, between $17 to $19 gap, and I do think that will be filled. And there's also gap left at $12, right? So there's like technically it has a clear sign. Like there's no gap down there, right? There's no gap below. There's always gap above, right? Now interest rate has been cut, and now GameStop announced fucking the warrants. It has to run. So I'm expecting a big run in November. So just to make sure that you do whatever you can to either buy shares or calls, whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you, but this is your last chance, I think. But there's still a chance here. There's going to be a bit of a pullback, but don't miss this opportunity if you're believing this company and they believe in this whole meme stock squeeze. So that's what I'm seeing here. So we're going to fill that gap. After that, of course, there's going to be a sell-off pullback, follow the pattern. But what happened after that, we're going to see a June squeeze. Okay, so this is still there. So that's kind of pretty much it for today. I just want to quickly update what I'm seeing for AMC, and then it was very great to see AMC pop almost 5% last Friday on that OPEX expiration day, and I love to see this thing push up to $3 13 level, whatever, and come back down and creating a nice triangle formations, making a nice staircases before leg up to the $4 level in October OPEX, and then have pullback heading into November, hit the earning, send it off, send the stock up, and then heading into November OPEX week, and the stock blew up. And I do expect Bed Bath Beyond shareholders are still waiting for their cash and warrants, or any payouts, any new shares, anything. I think this is a great opportunity for basically trigger the short squeeze. So for as a short term, I hope to see BBYQ shareholders will hopefully find out about announcement in October, and then receive a cash payout from fraud settlements and new equity and warrants by November, and then trigger the first short squeeze, which will send it off with GameStop and AMC. So hopefully we're gonna find that soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. We're gonna to the moon. Yes, we're heading to a moon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Somebody sent me something. Timmy Crypto. Yeah. If you what is it? You seeing same thing? If you can explain what that is, I don't know what you're. What I don't know what this is. Yes. Write me a explanation, dude. What the fuck is this, man? All right. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I just want to quickly update what I'm seeing for AMC. If you haven't seen this yet, please rewatch this one, and don't miss this opportunity. People who have lost faith, people who have lost money because of AMC. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor, but I've been watching this since 2021. And I've been doing this TA for a long time, and all I can say is now we haven't lost yet. Okay, we are heading into a short squeeze event finally from 2025 November till 2020. I don't want to guess now because but we are in a new bull run cycle for meme stock. So that's all I can say. So don't miss this I mean, there's a lot of opportunity anyway, but especially like people who've been doing this for a long time, like we know how to play this. I mean this can go up to even $20, even more higher maybe. If this goes up to $40, I mean, that's fucking crazy, dude, to fill this gap. And there's also gap here, by the way. There's also hidden gap here at $87. And there's one more gap here. I remember there's 12 hours. There's also gap here at 1200 gap. So if we were to hit $40 gap by this November, then it's more likely that AMC will go up to $200 and they fill this gap. So yeah, depends how how it's gonna be. But as you know, AMC is a wrap up with a catch it and dog shit with Ethereum cryptos. I remember back in the day, I think before FTX collapse, they had they made a lot of AMC synthetics with Ether, I think. I remember. I don't have the data yet, but that's what I remember. And FTX collapse, right? So yeah, like something has to do with synthetics, like locate. They create that as a locate. They created, I think, 300 to 400 million synthetic shares with crypto Ether, and I don't know how they're gonna do with that. And I think it makes sense actually. Because when you think about Ether, how Ether is not has been pumped as much as Bitcoin, so which means that they're gonna start to cover AMC with Ether, and Ether will go up too, right? And the Ether will go up, right? It's different cycle now. I think it kind of makes sense, right? Right? They short with Ether. Now Ether, they have to cover with the Ether, and AMC also go up together, right? It makes sense some way, right? Anyway, if you guys have anything you want to share, feel free to share down below. And that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm gonna upload this on my channel, U-Mergency. So if you guys want to come check it out, feel free to check out there. And I'm gonna continue to updates for the next couple months until November, and we all gonna have a nice Christmas, like how Roy and Kitty tweet, right, about the Christmas gift, So we got this Thanksgiving coming up, and Christmas coming up, and then people be like, oh shit, the stock is still down there, I don't have a fucking money, I'm still waiting. But by the time we hit November, I think people will have enough money to to do whatever they want, enjoy the holidays. So yeah, hopefully this is exactly what we're seeing, exactly where we are going, and yeah, we're gonna find out in next couple months. So thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you guys in next time. Thank you. Good night.